A Tesla with 280,000 miles just sold for $32,000. The same year model with 45,000 miles, $28,000. The higher mileage car sold for more, not because of luck, because the owner understood something most EV drivers never learn. I've been tracking high-mileage electric vehicles for 3 years now, studied maintenance records from owners who pushed past 200,000 miles. The pattern is clear. Most EVs don't fail because they're electric. They fail because owners treat them like disposable tech instead of long-term machines. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what separates EVs that die at 120,000 miles from ones that cruise past 300,000 without major repairs. These aren't complicated techniques. They're simple realities that change everything about long-term ownership. EVs don't fail like gas cars do. This is the first thing you need to understand about electric vehicle longevity. Your EV will never need an oil change. It doesn't have a transmission that can fail, no timing belt to snap, no exhaust system to rust out, no spark plugs, no catalytic converter. All those components that kill cars between 150,000 and 200,000 miles. Your EV doesn't have them. But here's what new EV owners miss. Just because traditional failure points are gone doesn't mean nothing wears out. EVs have different weak spots. The battery gets all the attention, but it's really the first major problem. Most high-mileage EVs develop issues with suspension components, cooling systems, or the tiny 12-volt battery that controls everything. Understanding what actually wears out means you can prevent most repairs before they happen. A Model 3 owner I know hit 240,000 miles on the original battery and motor. Zero powertrain issues, but he replaced suspension bushings twice, went through 3 12-volt batteries, and had to address a coolant leak at 180,000 miles. His powertrain was bulletproof. The supporting system needed attention. That's the pattern across high-mileage EVs. The electrical components last. Everything else ages like another car, sometimes faster because of weight and torque. The battery is rarely the first thing to fail. New EV owners obsess over battery replacement costs. I get it. A new battery pack runs $12,000 to $20,000 depending on the model. But here's what the data actually shows. Modern EV batteries are designed for 200,000 to 300,000 plus miles of use. Real-world testing confirms this. A Volkswagen ID.3 in Europe showed 91% battery capacity at 107,000 miles of hard use, including constant fast charging. Battery failure rates are extremely low. Most batteries degrade gradually, losing 1 to 2% capacity per year. After 10 years, you're looking at 80 to 85% capacity, not a dead pack. The real secret to battery longevity isn't complicated maintenance rituals. It's managing two variables, heat and charging behavior. Heat is the silent killer. Batteries that spend years in extreme temperatures age faster than those in moderate climates. A Model Y in Phoenix will degrade faster than the same car in Seattle, even with identical mileage. But Phoenix owners aren't doomed. They just need to be smarter about parking and charging. Charging behavior matters more than most people realize. Constantly charging to 100% creates stress. Daily fast charging generates excess heat. These habits compound over years. The Bolt owner I mentioned earlier, his battery showed 92% health at 4 years because he followed simple charging rules from day one. Never charged past 80% for daily use. Avoided back-to-back fast charging sessions. Kept the car garaged when possible. His battery will outlast the rest of the car. Protect the battery with smart charging habits. This is where most EV owners either extend battery life by years or accelerate degradation unnecessarily. The fundamentals are simple. Stay mostly between 30 and 80% for daily charging. Don't let it sit at 100% for extended periods. Avoid constant fast charging when home charging works fine. Minimize extreme heat exposure during charging. Notice what's not on that list? Complex conditioning routines, especially monthly rituals. Expensive battery management tools. Consistency beats aggressive optimization every time. Here's why the 30 to 80% range works. Charging above 80% puts cells under high voltage stress. Sitting below 20% for long periods can cause issues with cell balance. The middle range is where batteries operate most efficiently with minimal stress. I charge to 80% every single night. Takes me to work and back with range to spare. Before road trips, I charge to 100% the night before departure, maybe twice a month. That's it. No special tricks, just consistency. Fast charging deserves special attention. Using it occasionally for road trips or emergencies is completely fine. Your battery can handle it. Daily reliance on DC fast charging, especially in hot weather, creates cumulative stress that shows up years later as reduced capacity. A Hyundai Ioniq 5 owner told me he fast charged almost daily for 18 months because it was free at his office. Convenient at the time, but his battery degraded noticeably faster than other owners with similar mileage who charged at home. He switched to level 2 charging at home. Degradation rates normalized immediately. The lesson? Fast charging isn't evil. It's how often and under what conditions you use it that matters. If you're finding this useful, hit that like button and subscribe for more long-term EV ownership reality that actually helps you avoid expensive mistakes. Suspension is what usually wears out first. Here's what nobody tells you when you buy an EV. These cars are heavy. A Model 3 weighs over 4,000 pounds. A Model X pushes 5,500 pounds. That weight sits on the same suspension components as lighter gas cars, but with one critical difference: instant torque. Every acceleration puts a massive force through bushings, control arms, and wheel bearings. Over time, this wears components faster than equivalent gas vehicles. Bushings wear out first, usually between 100,000 and 150,000 miles. Depending on driving style and road conditions, you'll hear clunking over bumps. Steering feels vague, tire wear becomes uneven. A Tesla owner I know ignored clunking sounds for 20,000 miles. By the time he addressed it, the bushings had completely failed and damaged surrounding components. What should have been a $600 repair became an $1,800 repair. Regular inspections prevent this. Have suspension components checked at 100,000 miles. Budget for bushing replacement somewhat between 125,000 and 150,000 miles. Shocks and struts follow similar patterns to gas cars. Check them around 80,000 miles. Replace them when performance degrades. Wheel bearings take abuse from the weight and torque. Listen for humming sounds that increase with speed. Catch bearing wear early prevents wheel damage. The good news? These are predictable wear items. They don't fail suddenly. You get warnings. Regular inspection catches problems before they become expensive emergencies. Don't ignore the cooling system. Your EV battery and power electronics rely completely on liquid cooling. This system is critical for longevity. Over time, coolant degrades. Small leaks develop. Pumps weaken. Most owners never think about any of this until something fails. The cooling system keeps battery temperature stable during charging and driving. When it fails, batteries overheat. Overheating causes permanent capacity loss or complete failure. I've seen Tesla owners lose significant range because slow coolant leaks went undetected for months. The battery management system compensated by limiting power output to prevent overheating. Range dropped, performance suffered, all from a $300 cooling system issue that became a $15,000 problem. The solution is preventative maintenance. Have the coolant inspected every 50,000 miles. Look for leaks. Check pump operation. Replace coolant according to manufacturer specifications. This isn't expensive. A coolant flush costs $200 to $300. Catching a small leak early might run $400 to $600. Ignoring it until the battery overheats repeatedly, that can total the car. One more thing. If you notice reduced fast charging speeds or power limitations on hot days, check the cooling system immediately. These are early warning signs that something isn't working correctly. Take care of the 12-volt battery. This is the most common EV failure point that catches owners completely off guard. You bought a car with a massive high-voltage battery pack, but everything on your car runs on a tiny 12-volt battery under the hood. When that 12-volt battery dies, your entire car becomes a brick. Nothing works. 12-volt battery in EVs fails faster than in gas cars. Constant vampire drain from systems monitoring battery temperature, checking for updates, maintaining connectivity. Average lifespan? 3 to 4 years, but failures often happen closer to 3 years. Replace the 12-volt battery proactively every 3 years. The battery costs $100 to $150. You can do it yourself in 15 minutes or pay Tesla $250 for mobile service. Compare that to being stranded and paying for a tow. If you're buying a used EV, ask when the 12-volt battery was last replaced. If the answer is never and the car is over 3 years old, budget for immediate replacement. Brake maintenance is different in EVs. Regenerative braking changes everything about brake maintenance. Your friction brakes barely get used. Brake pads can last 100,000 plus miles in EVs compared to 30,000 to 50,000 in gas cars. Here's the problem. Brakes that aren't used enough develop different issues. Calipers seize, rotors rust, uneven wear creates pulsation and noise. The solution is counterintuitive. Occasionally, use your friction brakes deliberately. Firm braking every few weeks keeps calipers moving and removes surface rust from rotors. Brake fluid still needs attention every 2 years, regardless of pad condition. Brake fluid absorbs moisture over time. Moisture lowers boiling point. In emergency stops, contaminated fluid can boil and create vapor bubbles. That's brake fade. Your pedal goes to the floor and nothing happens. Don't skip brake fluid service just because your pads look new. The fluid degrades whenever you use the brakes or not. Software updates are part of maintenance. EV longevity isn't just mechanical anymore, it's digital. Tesla and other manufacturers regularly release software updates that improve battery management, adjust charging curves, and optimize thermal protection systems. Ignoring updates can reduce efficiency over time. You're missing improvements that extend battery life and enhance performance. I've seen updates fix phantom drain issues where EVs lost 2 to 5% battery overnight. Other updates improved fast charging speeds by refining preconditioning logic. Schedule updates for overnight when the car is parked and connected to Wi-Fi. This is free performance improvement and battery protection. Driving style determines long-term wear. Here's what really separates 300,000-mile EVs from the ones that barely make 150,000. How you drive every single day. Smooth acceleration keeps current draw steady and heat generation low. Aggressive launches dump massive power instantly, creating heat and stress. Do this occasionally? Fine. Do it every stoplight for years? You're accelerating wear across multiple systems. Moderate highway speeds improve efficiency dramatically. EVs are less efficient at high speeds because there's no transmission to optimize gear ratios. Avoiding constant hard launches preserves not just the battery, but suspension components, tires, and wheel bearings. A Model S owner tracked this meticulously. First year aggressive driving, 290 watts per mile, average consumption. After smoothing his style, same routes delivered 230 watts per mile. That's 26% better efficiency from driving style alone. More importantly, after 4 years, his battery health remained at 93%. Similar owners with aggressive driving patterns showed 87 to 89%. EVs reward calm drivers with longer component life across the board. 300K miles is realistic if you think long-term. Everything I covered comes down to one fundamental shift in mindset. Stop treating your EV like a smartphone you'll replace in 3 years. Start treating it like a long-term machine that rewards consistent care. Most EV failures aren't because the technology is unreliable. They're because owners skip basic maintenance, ignore warning signs, or develop habits that accelerate wear. Your EV's battery will probably outlast everything else on the car. The suspension will need attention first. The cooling system requires occasional maintenance. The 12-volt battery needs replacement every few years. These are predictable, manageable issues. The difference between an EV that makes 300,000 miles and one that struggles past 1,500 isn't the car, it's the owner. Share in the comments which of these maintenance realities surprised you most, and subscribe for more EV ownership advice that focuses on what actually matters for long-term reliability. Your EV doesn't need to be a mystery. Now you know exactly what high-mileage owners do differently.